Posterior glenoid fracture, arthroscopic fixation with screws. It's a very rare injury. So in this you can see that there is a fracture of the scapula involving the posterior lip of the glenoid. The CT scan actually demonstrates a large chunk of posterior glenoid fracture which is in continuation with the scapular fragment. Now this is a CT scan view and it can be seen that there is a sizable fragment which is large enough to warrant a fixation. Now as far as the CT scan, there is a fracture. We do it in a lateral position because it is more ergonomically stable position. We are seeing this now from the anterior-superior portal, and when we go in, we can see that there is a depressed posterior inferior fragment, and which is making the shoulder stable posterior inferiorly. So probably it was a posterior fracture dislocation, and this fragment is unstable because of significant movement of the, and this fragment is depressed as well. So we'll do this surgery with the arthroscopic viewing anterior-superior portal, and the posterior portal will serve as a working portal. What we usually do is we clean the hematoma at the fracture site. We remove the loose fragments, remove the blood, and we will see and we will try to alleviate the fragment. The fragment is freed, and with a curette or a rasp, we'll remove the loose fragments and remove the loose blood fragments. The labrum is attached to this fragment. Now we'll try to reduce the fragment and then we will put screws. In this particular case, we are putting two screws which are parallel to the glenoid. You can use either a jig or you can use a guided screws, cannulated cancellous screws. In this particular case, we have used a Synthes 4 mm cannulated screws, and usually we tie a vital thread to their heads because we don't want to lose the screws into their soft tissue. We normally use two of these screws, and usually if we do a good reduction and if you are able to pass two screws under vision, usually we are able to achieve a good reduction. The keys here, technical points is you should not miss the screws. You should keep the reduction reduced with your instruments, and then you should always use a cannulated screw over a guide wire, and always use a vital thread on the screw. Once you have passed the screw, you pass one parallel screw down also. All the time you should be very cautious that none of the screw penetrates the glenoid cartilage. Once it is done, we can just remove this fragment, and this is the final view, which shows a very good reduction and which shows a very good approximation of the fracture end. The patient went on with 2 to 3 weeks of arm pouch or sling, and then he was started on mobilization. This was the post-op X-ray. The post-op X-ray shows two screws, and this is the movement of this particular patient at 4 months. Almost complete movement was achieved at 4 months. The patient is absolutely fine and pain-free. So in a nutshell, I would like to summarize that this is an excellent procedure in a lateral position to do an arthroscopic fixation with two cannulated screws. So these kind of atypical fractures of glenoid, which involves the posterior margin of the glenoid with a large bony chunk, can be fixed nicely with an arthroscopic technique. Thanks, sir.